Hey everyone, this is Bryce with Jack's 47. I'm here at Highland Brewing in Asheville, North Carolina. We're going to review some beers here for you so you can pick the best beers for your wedding. And I'm going to start out with the Pilsner. The Pilsner is finely nuanced Hallertau Blanc hops. They lend distinct notes of pineapple, lush grass, stone fruit, and pepper. So this comes in at 5.5 ABV, 30 IBUs. So it's a bit on the higher gravity, or not higher gravity, higher alcohol for a Pilsner. Let's try this out. Yeah, really tasty, lots of flavor. If you want to replace your Coors Light, go with the Pilsner. Next we have St. Teresa's Pale Ale. Now they describe this as using whole cone Cascade hops to create a citrusy nose balanced with a malty body. So Pale Ale is the step below IPA. So if you don't love hops but you want a little something with that citrusy flavor, usually a Pale Ale is the way to go. This comes in at 5.1 ABV with 24 IBUs. So see that color is a little bit darker than the Pilsner, so you get a little more malt on that flavor. Yeah, so definitely a citrusy bitterness going on. If you don't, as I said before, if you don't want to do the IPA, if you don't want to go that really hoppy route, Pale Ales are a good alternative to have something with that citrusy hoppy flavor without being too bitter or too hoppy. Next we have the Gaelic Ale. Now Gaelic Ale was my favorite coming out of college. This is a Ambriel, and it's their flagship beer. I believe it was their first beer they ever brewed. They describe it as being exceptionally balanced American amber ale, gently hopped with a smooth malty finish. So this comes in at 5.5% ABV with 30 IBUs, and as you can see, it's a lot darker than the Pilsner at 5.5%. So that's something to know, that the darkness of the beer does not determine the alcohol percentage. So you could have something really light at 7 or 8%, or really dark at 4%. It's all about the roasted malts you use when making the beer. So again, this is my favorite straight out of college, so we'll see if it still lives up to the name. Yeah, I love this beer. If you want something that's really flavorful but not too alcoholic, an amber ale definitely, hits that need. And this amber ale is not too hoppy like an IPA, so again, if you're trying to stay away from those, that's a good alternative. And all these are their year-round beers, so you can get them the whole year. So if you have a wedding in March, if you have a wedding in April, or August, or December, these beers are available for your wedding. All right, and the last beer is the Daykeishon IPA. So this is a session IPA style. The session IPA is usually lower in gravity and lower in bitterness than a standard IPA, but still has the IPA flavor because they use a lot of hops. They usually will dry hop the beers, and that dry hopping process minimizes the bitterness, but still provides those aromas from those hops. So they describe this as a light-bodied session IPA with Mosaic, Azaka, and El Dorado dry hops. These add a layer of tropical fruit and lemon. So let's try this out. Yes, you get that IPA flavor, you get that aroma, but it only comes in at 4.9 ABV, and it's at 40 IBUs. So if you don't want the IPAs that are at 6 or 7%, you want to enjoy a few of them, the session IPA is a great style to go for. So this is the Daykeishon IPA. Now these are all great beers for your wedding. I think the Pilsner is just a fine example of that style. Really flavorful, but still light. It does come in at 5.5 ABV, which is a little bit higher than your average Pilsner, but still really tasty. And if you have a lot of people in the crowd that want those hops, I would go with the Session IPA because you'll still get that flavor, but you're not gonna have the high ABV of a traditional IPA. And again, the pale ale, same thing. It's not as bitter as traditional IPA. And then the Gaelic, if you want an amber ale, something with good flavor, not hoppy, but more on the malty side, that would be the way to go. So anyway, my name is Bryce, Jack's 47 here at Highland. Come down and taste some beers. It's a beautiful day on this Friday afternoon, and let me know if I can help you with your beer selection for your wedding.